Tiebreak is an okay tennis game that unfortunately had 2 broken trophies at launch, meaning the Platinum Trophy was unobtainable. The Live Laugh Lob Trophy was fixed pretty quickly though, as that one just required you to win a match with a lob shot, which could easily be cheesed on the easiest difficulty, or with a second controller. The other trophy, on a World Tour however, took much longer to fix, despite this one unlocking for just playing on all of the licensed stadiums in the game. Multiple patches came out for Tiebreak, and none of them fixed it, and at one point, one of the patches even took away a stadium, which was just weird, and after several weeks, I began to fear that this Platinum would remain unobtainable. However, in the space of a week, 2 patches were released on the PS4 version, and surprisingly the second one actually fixed it, with the trophy popping for me on the Melbourne Stadium, despite me playing on that stadium multiple times as I went through all of them to try and get this trophy. Yet the PS5 version, as of the making of this video, still hasn't had that second patch to fix this trophy. But with that trophy out of the way, the only other problem in my quest for the Platinum in Tiebreak was the trophy for getting 250 wins, as there were several design decisions that the devs chose that made unlocking the Winning Unlocked trophy a right pain. So one of the biggest challenges I faced when playing this game as it came out was just its stability, because this game has a habit of crashing or freezing and locking up quite a lot, especially when you play multiple Play Now games back to back, and this wasn't actually fixed until several patches in on the 5th of September. Serving in Tiebreak is a bit of a pain, and it kind of feels a little bit broken, and it's really annoying when you try and skip the cutscenes that occur in between each point, because when you press X to skip them, that actually triggers this serve starting, so as soon as it gets rid of the cutscene, your character will just instantly throw the ball up into the air, but because you've only tapped the button and not held it down, you won't actually be able to serve, so you just waste a few seconds watching him throw the ball up into the air to catch it again, before you can actually hold the button down again to then try and do your serve. It's just really frustrating, this. Another problem with the serve is that some of the players, like Djokovic, seems to be just insistent on doing a little warm-up animation before each serve, so you often have to just wiggle the character out of it by moving the left and right analog stick to be able to actually serve, because otherwise you'll have to watch them bounce the ball several times before you can then hold the button in and serve. Why the X button or whatever one you want to press to serve doesn't cancel this animation, I don't know. It's just stupid. Another thing that you can't really skip is the coin toss animation at the start of a match. You can't skip this, so you're going to have to watch it every single time. And when you're trying to win 250 matches back to back to try and get this trophy, having to sit there and watch this coin toss animation every time gets really frustrating and boring pretty quickly. Another little issue I have with Tiebreak is that whenever you win a match, you then have to press the button to advance, but that just takes you to another stat screen, which is pretty much a duplicate of the one you've just seen beforehand. I don't really get why it has to advance to a second stat screen. Just take me straight back to the menu, or let me have an option here to just instantly rematch, or pick another character and quickly play again. So Tiebreak actually allows you to save your progress in these quick games, so if you were to get so many sets into it and pause the game and quit out, it'll save your progress, which is pretty neat to be fair. But a problem I have with this save feature is that the game will still save your match, even if it's at the end of the match. So you'll then have that save file there, but it will just load you back into that end stat result screen, so it's just pretty pointless, and that doesn't really sound like much of a problem. But when you realise that you can only have 10 save slots for the Play Now mode, and if you try and play another game after filling up all 10 slots, the game won't let you, so you're then forced to go into the save file screen and then manually delete all the saves, it does become a bit of a hindrance every time you do 10 matches, and you now have to spend another minute or so just going into that menu and deleting all your saves. It just becomes really, really annoying, and I don't really get why it's like that. Why even save it at the end? If the match is complete, just delete that save for me. I don't need it anymore, because I don't need to go back and look at that stat screen. It's just really dumb. And if anything, there should be a delete all save slots button on that menu, just so you can do it that little bit quicker. Ugh. When going for this trophy, the character selection screen will also start to annoy you because it won't leave it on the character you've just played as, and sometimes it'll move it further down so you're not right by where you want to be. And I was trying to do it all with the same character to make sure this trophy popped, and just having it randomly move around just seemed really annoying. I didn't really get why it was doing that. So I'm still not sure whether it's better and quicker to serve or receive, because while you can serve pretty quickly, I rarely really got aces against the computer, so I'd have to hit it back on my second hit and beat them that way to get the point, whereas if I was to receive the ball, I could get it likely on my first shot. But the problem there is the computer just seems to take an absolute age before they serve the bloody ball, so either way, you're still going a little bit slowly than what you could be getting those points, and it just becomes a bit frustrating that they just refuse to serve quickly. Come on, I haven't got all day. My other little issue with the game in general is just the randomness of whether you're going to hit the ball over the net or not, because sometimes you can do the exact same shot multiple times throughout your match, and sometimes it will work and the ball will go over, and other times the ball will just hit your side of the net and you'll just lose the point. And I don't really know what I'm doing wrong there. I realise you can push the stick forward or backwards to change the sort of shot, but even then, when I'm doing it the same way every time, sometimes it'll go over and sometimes it'll hit the net. And when you just want to win a match really quickly and you end up dropping points because of that randomness, it just starts to become a bit frustrating. My final problem with the winning unlocked trophy is that it just requires too many wins. 250 wins is a really high number, and I'm thankful that it's not more, but in a game of tennis, the matches do take quite a while, and I feel like 50 would have been more than enough for this trophy. It just didn't need to be that high in my opinion. So yeah, all in all of what I've mentioned may not sound like much, but trust me, if you've gone for this trophy in Tiebreak, I'm sure most of what I've mentioned would have annoyed you along your way to your 250th win in the game. Like I said, Tiebreak is an okay tennis game, but it really could have been so much better. And when your game is average, do you really want to waste that much time playing and winning 250 games? No, you don't. Which is why you should slap it on the easiest difficulty and set the games to one game and one set to make this go somewhat quicker. But even then, you're still looking at about 10 hours of just grinding matches to unlock this annoying trophy, which is why the winning unlocked trophy in Tiebreak absolutely deserves a BS rating of